and the sun. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Nice. Just dropped in. Oh yeah, I got heartburn. Oh my god. Nice and easy on another sunny Friday cold day. Look at that. They call that black gold. I don't know. We call snow white gold. But I don't plow snow no more. Thank heavens. Actually, we got snow coming this weekend. Not looking forward to that. It's supposed to be down here, down south of the city, the big old city. And then north of the city too, a little bit of snow. Nothing. Hopefully nothing up by hopefully nothing north of the city, because I don't want winter. I remember when I was a kid. Oh, I remember when I was a kid, I used to love snow. As an adult, I don't. Because I got to shovel it and move it. I had a plow in my old truck, but I'm not going to put it on the new truck. Ain't worth it. Not no more, anyways. The amount of insurance that you have to put on a truck with a plow, considered an attachment, and if you go on the road and someone hits you, or you hit somebody, it's a nightmare. You got to have over $1 million liability policy just to plow snow nowadays. For what? Might get 5 good snowstorms. Nah, I'm good. I did it for a while. It didn't outweigh the cost of my insurance. So nah, I'm good. Slow and steady today on a Friday. Thanks for popping into the live stream. Say hello if you want to. If not, you don't have to. I'm not telling you what to do. Do whatever the heck you want to do. processing. That's the cool word. Processing loom, topsoil. Cold out today, but we're still doing it until like the real first snowstorm, like a good one, which might be this weekend. So we'll see what happens Monday. We can still continue to do this even in the cold weather up here in New England, but after a certain time, it's kind of counterintuitive. You really can't get much done, especially when there's frost in the ground. Even though the pile over here will swing you. Even though the pile, which is beyond that excavator, like right in the center of the screen, that has like little chunky like pieces of like frost. It's not a lot, but it's already here, which it's crazy. So, bird's eye view from an excavator for anyone checking in. Say what's up. If you guys can hear me, let me know the audio is coming through. I appreciate it. Put a 1 in the comment section, in the chat, whatever, down below. If you can hear me, make sure the audio is coming in. When I do these live streams, I like to do like Q&As. You got any questions about construction? If I can answer them, I will. That's what the live streams are for. Q&A. Yes, sir. Hello, welcome to the live stream. I usually, after I post a video, about a half hour of video on my channel, I usually go live in case there's any questions to ask about the video. And the most recent video was how to get, obviously I got the series going on the channel, how to get into the blue collar world. Blue collar trade, blue collar work, whatever you want to call it. So I usually do a live stream after I post a video in case anybody's got questions regarding that video, which is a video based on safety or any other questions about construction. So fire away. Let me know where you're from. Let me know where you're watching. Let me know what time of day it is or night, whatever. That's why I do these live streams, to chime in with the audience or anybody looking forward, or anyone trying to look into getting into construction. So if you're not into construction and you don't work, this ain't going to be the channel for you. I'm a YouTuber, but I work also, because YouTube ain't paying the bills. It probably never will for my situation. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the chat. Just processing dirt, loom, topsoil, stuff you grow your grass in, stuff for your flower beds. Big old pile of it. So yeah, just if you're chiming in now or just checking through, popping through, yeah, I usually do live streams after my videos I post. I wait about a half hour, 45 minutes, and then I'll go live in case there's any questions regarding the video I just uploaded. And I got a pretty, I don't know, I got about 9 or 10 videos in a playlist talking about how to get into the blue collar trade, trying to get the younger generation involved in being in blue collar trade work. You know, I've been doing YouTube for a while. This is my second channel. I'm trying to grow it organically. I ain't asking anybody to subscribe. I'm not monetizing this channel anytime soon. I don't want that for this channel. I want this channel to be actually more directed of educating the younger crowd to actually get out there and do something. Listen, YouTube's fun. I've been watching a lot of lives lately, and it really, be honest with you, I can say what I want. It's my channel, so it's disturbing what I see out there with some of these kids trying to chase subscribers, and you know, I don't know, whatever YouTube did recently with the gifting and all that stuff, but they're really pushing out some strange abilities to try to make a fast dollar quick. Listen, not everybody's going to be a YouTuber. Not everybody can be genuine. There's a lot of falsified people out there, and holy moly, I'm scrolling through the lives, and like my kids like to say, it's like brain rot. It's really disturbing what people will do for $1, you know. And I feel if you're going to try to do something of value, build a skill, build skills, life skills, get knowledge, get informed. I don't care what it is, you know. That's my theory. Get involved, get some skills, get your hands dirty. Not everybody's going to be a doctor. Not everybody's going to be a dentist, and I'm trying to teach the younger generation, don't be afraid to work with your hands. There's a lot of kids that are kind of like lost right now, and I got younger kids, and they're going to get to that point one day, and I just don't want them to be lost. Guidance is key to life, and sharing knowledge is power. You know, everybody's got knowledge about something in their life. Not everybody can communicate about it. Not everybody's great at it, but I feel as though if you don't share the knowledge that you have, and you die, and you gone, and you didn't share it, all that knowledge you had is useless. Knowledge is power. You got to share it. You know, but it's all based on your personal experiences, so you can't really listen to everything anyone says. You really shouldn't listen to anything anyone says, but you can take what they say and kind of figure it out for yourself. That's what life's about, and I think the younger generation needs some of that guidance. As far as I'm concerned, they grew up in the internet. They grew up doing YouTube. They've had a phone since they were 4 years old. It's a different world, man. Different world we live in, for sure. Hands down. Hands down. Oh yeah. Get out there and get some skills, man. Shit. I've been doing this a long time. Running heavy equipment. Kind of like that. I like that view. You got 3 conveyor belts you're kind of looking at. I kind of like that view. For sure. What'd you say there? You said, wow, what about recording things and containing the knowledge? Seriously though, we all just simply take inspirations from each other, and all students and teachers at the same time. Totally agree with that. So to kind of piggyback off what you just said, yeah, welcome to the live stream, by the way. Just to fill you in, if you just got me here, I usually post videos 1 or 2 to maybe 3, maybe twice a week or so regarding blue collar work. So just to give you a heads up, so where I'm coming from on a personal level. And then I usually do the live streams about a half hour, 45 minutes after the video, and in case people have any questions about it. But yeah, I feel as though I feel as though this is my personal opinion, that the younger generation seems to be a little lost. I think some of them have it, some of them do, but a lot of them don't. If you line up like 10, you might find 2 or 3 of them that kind of got a grasp on things. And not to bash parents of Generation X, which I'm on the cusp of. I think a lot of this stuff happened with the internet and the having babysitters, and hence we're on them right now. You're on a phone or a tablet. I'm filming from a phone, and I think the parenting skills have gotten lost. And I think not having guidance for your children has caused a lot of this issues with like not having work ethic, and that's key to life. I don't care what you do. I don't care if you're a waiter, a short order cook, I don't care if you do DoorDash, whatever you do for a living. Work ethic speaks volumes to people, and as you get older, you'll see it dwindle down to people that don't put effort in. It's the same thing with YouTube. You guys there's tons and thousands and millions of content creators out there, and a lot of them fail. Again, this is my second channel. I'm not monetizing this channel anytime soon. I'm being very transparent as best I can. I have my first channel is monetized. I take all that money that I get monetized from that channel and I put it right back into it. It's automotive repair work. You'd have to check it out. There's a description. In the description of the channel, there's a link to it. But don't worry, whatever. You want to go check it out. But yeah, I think I think working with your hands and getting dirty, hence the name of my channel, is nothing to be short of proud of as far as I'm concerned in this day and age, especially with AI on the cusp of taking everybody over. So you do work that's literally helping build. Absolutely, but yeah, now this industry in a whole, and every trade, literally builds America for sure. So I totally agree. Yeah, a lot of guys take pride in it too. Some guys don't like to talk about it, but I enjoy sharing my knowledge. Normally. I enjoy sharing my knowledge. Anyone that's worth listening. Again, I'm not telling you listen to everything anyone says, including myself, but listen, if I can help the younger generation out in any way to get into this trade, I'm going to try my hardest. That's my goal, at least, with this channel. Try to pump it out there, help out people. So, hard work beats talent that doesn't work. Skills pay the bills. Absolutely. Listen, what's the rest of that comment? I don't want to finish that. Skills acquired in life have been capable of school bus driver. Yeah, absolutely. Listen, you're nailing it on that one, bud. For sure. You develop skills over time. It just doesn't happen the first time you touch a shovel or whatever you're doing. The first time you drive a commercial, whatever you do for the first time, you're not going to have any skills. You got to develop those skills over time, and hard work does pay off, man. I remember old timers telling me this stuff when I was younger. The gray hair guys about hard work pays off. You got to keep on the course. I'm in my 40s now, and I've been doing this since I was 18 years old, 18 years old, and where I am today from where I started is like night and day. So I can contest to the hard work pays off as far as I'm concerned. Hey, yo! What's happening, handsome?
That 360 might be going out Monday.
That's fine.
So just make sure the tracks are shoveled.
Yep.
Maybe we'll pull up on hard ground.
Yep, I can do that. I could do that. I just put a can of that DEF in it too. This morning. I was gonna, I was just running to take the face off, but that's fine. If it's got to go, it's got to go. So for sure. But
you've been getting it done with this.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I know. He wanted me to do. He saw it. Yeah.
We never would have brought this up here if he didn't say to.
I know. What are you doing for fuel? I might be all right. Are you gonna? You have the fuel? Are you gonna use the fuel truck at all today? If you don't have to, I'll try to baby it. I'll try to baby it till Monday. That should be close to full. I only used it for a short time yesterday. Yeah, I got I'm right under a half. I'll baby it today. You know what I mean?
If I get a chance, I'll come
Yeah, if you're here, you're here. No big deal. We can get it Monday. Not a big deal. All right, brother. Yeah, but skills, back to what we were talking about, skills don't happen overnight. You got to develop those over time. And showing up for any work. I don't care if it's making pizza, You got to show up. You got to show up, and you got to show initiative in order to be successful in anything. All right, buddy. Have a good day. Doom scrolling. I just learned about that the other day. Got heartburn. Well, that's what I was doing on the lives. Seeing some of these people do their lives, it's fucking scary, as far as I'm concerned. What they're doing with their lives. But hey, they're trying to chase the easy dollar. Hey, more power to them. At least they're trying. I can't knock them for trying. You got to do what you got to do. Just not my way. But I don't care. It's your life. You do what you want with it. That's how I feel, anyways. So, we're losing that excavator. That's okay, though. I like the cat. Komatsu's nice, but I'm a fan of the Caterpillar, to be honest with you. Just smoother. It's more responsive. More creature comforts. It's got a sun visor. Just that alone, having a sun visor is a killer. I wear sunglasses. You guys seen my lives. You've seen my videos. I wear sunglasses a lot anyways, but... Anyways. If we go clean that hopper real quick. Yeah, let's do it. Give it a little rattle. A little rattle-daddle. Bear with me with the alarm. So you're going to see the bucket comes off. Let me get out of the sun so you guys can kind of see. So it's a quick disconnect. Roll the bucket forward and bang, our bucket's right off. How easy is that? Gotta love new technology. It's really not new. It's been around for almost 25 years. Roughly. What's going on? Oh, I didn't. Oh, Chad, thank you, man. I didn't even. I just was talking, and I was just paying attention to what I was doing. Can you hear me now? If you're still here, I have seen guys who've had it, the grit to succeed no matter what goes on in life. They either stop them and tell them what a great job they're doing. No sound. Yeah, you're good now. Thank you, Chad. Appreciate that, buddy. Sorry about that, man. I was down below. I took the bucket off, and then I must have hit mute by accident because I switched you from one side to the other side of the cab. I'm actually in the next week. I got some money coming from YouTube for my main channel. There's a link in the description below. Totally different subjects. I work on motors and do automotive repair stuff on that channel. So this channel I'm trying to grow it organically, basically telling the younger generation to get into the blue collar world in a roundabout way. So I usually post a video once or twice a week. And then after the video is posted, about a half hour to 45 minutes later, I usually go live in case anyone's got any questions. I'm trying to set you up where I can still read the chat, and hopefully I don't mute you again. And I usually go live, so in case anyone's got any questions about the video I posted about 45 minutes to an hour ago. So yeah, I like sharing some of the knowledge I got over the years. You know, I think knowledge is power. That's my personal opinion. So I love answering questions. Anyone has any questions about getting into the construction industry as a whole, not just running heavy equipment. I mean everything. You know, anything that I have basic knowledge on, I'm willing to share. But you know, some subjects I'm not very. Some subjects I'm not, you know, as versed as I am in doing what you see on the screen right now. I can answer boatloads of questions about what I do for a living personally. But there's multiple other trades I can touch on too. But so there's a series of videos I have. They're long form, anywhere from 20 minutes to 15 minutes on my channel, which I just started in May. So what am I, 7 months in? Organically, again, I've told nobody. I think I dropped one video or two videos on a short on my other channel just to see if anybody's interested, because I used to post all this material on that channel. And I was going through some YouTube, like, not courses, but like little YouTube help programs, and they were talking about staying in a niche, you know, find a niche and stay in that. And I kind of like flooded my main channel with two types of subjects. So I said, you know what, I got to switch it up and you know, separate it. And I think separating it probably will help it grow. And I kind of want it to grow organically. And I haven't told anybody about this channel, like close to me, really. So it's nice, almost 100 subscribers. I don't care if you guys subscribe. I don't care if you guys like, whatever. I like the comments, because the comments gives me future videos to make for you guys, to keep you guys informed and give you guys information. So I do like the comments, but you don't have to subscribe. I don't do that stuff. The lives I've been watching lately are nuts, so I'm not into it. Can you do a video topic about assholes, journeymen, as an apprentice? How to deal with them and your personal stories? Yeah, absolutely. So I never went through the apprentice program with my particular work that I'm in now. I just started as a laborer, worked my way up in small companies. Actually, I have a video on that titled "How I Got Started in Construction." So that's on there. I kind of touch base about how I started, and you can get a gist of me from there. Some good information in that video. Check it out later if you want. Or go check it out now. I think this type of culture is bearing younger guys from joining. Oh yeah. Well, listen. There is one thing that I can touch on this live, and I will, you know, just for you, Chad. I'll try to make a video. No, I will make a video talking about the difference between a journeyman who's scared of losing their job to the younger generation. So that happens in a lot of industries where an older guy will see a younger guy come in, and he's not wanting to teach him. He thinks he doesn't have what it takes. He's got to earn his stripes. He's wet behind the ears. The kid doesn't know nothing, blah, 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 and so on and so forth. I can make a long-form video touching on that. But I think a lot of the older generation guys are afraid of younger guys coming up and taking their job. So that's a huge issue, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, I can make a video touching on that. So I think as the topic would be helpful for them and newer guys finding a channel. Yeah, bro, I already got I have one locked and loaded for next week. I just dropped a video about safety. I got a playlist on my channel you can check out, Chad, if that's something you're interested in. But yeah, I'm already got it's a whole playlist stating should I get into blue collar work, and I've already touched on traveling. I touched on union. I've touched on non-union. I've touched on layoffs. I got a pretty good playlist for a short amount of time I've been doing this channel. So check it out, man. I'm trying to spread the awareness. I'm trying to spread more positive than negative, but I'm sure there'll be videos in the future, my long form videos, and then live streams after the videos talking about maybe some negative aspects like the one you just asked about, you know, old timers being asses to young kids, because I've been that young kid one time, and now I guess I'm 41, so maybe I'm older now. I don't know. I guess compared to 20 years old, I'm old. I'm 20 years older than a 20-year-old. So that's perspective for you. And I help out. You can ask around if you were local to me and you knew people personally me. They know I help out everybody. I try to, anyways. I try to give them good advice, but sometimes people don't want to listen. But then sometimes people might not think your advice is good either. So it's all perspective. Again, it's personal experiences. You're not going to be able to take everybody's personal experiences, maybe some of them, and attach them to your life. But I feel sharing the knowledge, at least getting it out there to some especially young kids. I'm talking young. I'm talking high school and thinking about going to college, and instead of getting college debt, going into an apprentice program. I don't care if it's a plumber, electrician, carpenter, ironworker, operator. I don't care what it is, man. Painting, plumbing, pipe fitting, pile driving. I don't care what it is, man. Dude, there's money to be had in this industry, as far as I'm concerned. Thanks for the good questions, though, there, guy. Appreciate it, and the suggestion. I'll definitely, yeah, I'm gonna have to make a video about talking about the type of guys you might meet in this industry. I ran into it years ago. So, have you encountered any promising talent in your trade, guys you're willing to mentor? Well, I can just speak on the situation I'm currently in. I've been in the trades since I was again, it's kind of like rehashing my long form video how I got in, so I'll try to summarize it. I've been doing this since I was 16 years old. I had since 16 years old to 30 I was non-union in this trade. And I was a laborer, and then I became an operator, as you see right now. 10 years ago, I'm on my 10th year of being in the union. So I had a crossroads that I came across, and I'll get to your question and answer it as best I can, talking about mentoring. So I got in the union 10 years ago. I made that jump. Best decision I ever made in my life. If you're going to either own your own business or go to the union. One of the two. I don't care what trade you're in. If you wanted to be an electrician, work 5... Am I back? I had a phone call come through. Hold on. Am I back? Phone call just popped through. My bad. Yeah, no, I was just saying about mentor. I wanted to answer your question. But yeah, like if you're going to be an electrician, I don't care what trade it is, you know, work for a licensed electrician. And then if you're going to make the most amount of money, it's one or two things. You're going to own your own business, start your own business, buy yourself a van and start, you know, get your licenses and, you know, be a master electrician, or go into the union. It's one of the two or the other, as far as I'm concerned. Again, most guys might not say that, but that's my experience and that's what I've done. But to mentor, yes. So we in the union have an apprentice program, and I think some large to small companies, large to medium companies, not small companies, have apprentice programs where they'll take in like a kid on a summer break or a college break or whatever it is, and they'll bring them as a intern, and they'll teach them the ropes and see if they actually like it. But then when you get into like a union aspect, they have a 4-year school. It's basically like going to college. and you get paid to be on the job training. So you start off as a first-year apprentice. You have to go to school weekly. You graduate each year, and then your fourth year you become a journeyman, full trades journeyman, and you get all the licenses you need, whatever trade you're in, whatever it is. And this is speaking in the New England area where I'm located. So yeah, there is opportunities where you can get a guy that has no idea on what they're doing in this industry, whatever it is. Doesn't have to be running equipment, and they'll take him into an apprentice program, and then you work side by side with journeymen. And most of the time, the people that get assigned to these people are more or less decent people that you want to be around. And I've heard some cases where you'll have a first-year apprentice work for the same company for his whole apprenticeship for all 4 years. He transfers over, and then he's a full-time employee of that company. But again, I touch base on a lot of these things in some of my long-form videos. The potential of layoff and traveling. You know, the journeyman. The reason why it's called a journeyman is because you're going to travel for work. You're not going to work at the same location every day. So there's so many things about this aspect of work. So I'm in the union. Oh, there you go. Right on, brother. Electrician apprentice. And I agree. Either be a contractor or a union tradesman. You can make yeah, absolutely, and company owns, yeah. So there's two types. I got a video that I got in the Canon. I'm gonna drop it next week sometime. Actually, I got 3 videos. I'm kind of spreading them out just to kind of give time for guys to watch and catch up. But it'll be in the playlist. But yeah, so yeah, it's one or the other in my personal opinion. And in my personal life, I came to a crossroads before I got in the union 10 years ago. And I came in as a journeyman with the experience I already had. I never went through the apprentice program. So I wish I did so I could speak on that in a video, but I can't. I don't have any experience about the apprenticeship. I know a little bit, but I have no personal experience. But yeah, so my crossroad when I did it 10 years ago, I had kids, and I knew it was like do or die, basically. And the way the economy was, I knew I had to make the most money doing what I love, and this is what I love doing. So I was either own my own business. I needed a boatload of overhead to buy equipment. I don't care if it was junk equipment from the 80s or 90s, an old truck, a trailer, and a skid steer, and a mini excavator, and I would have been in debt. But I knew I had the drive to do it, but I was just like, I need insurance for the kids. That was my main concern, was the benefits. And I have a video on the channel talking about benefits. That might be something you're interested in too. Go check that out. Benefits of being in the I actually touched on union and non-union, so might have some information in there for you if you're trying to fall asleep. Go check it out tonight. That's good for you though, man. Stay with it. And the apprenticeship might be a pain in the ass, but stick with it. It'll only benefit you in the long run. Retirement, insurance, 401k, a pension, you ever get married, kids, whatever your life throws at you. And if it doesn't work out, you always got the skills, and you can always go do it on your own. Worst case scenario. Because that's what the apprenticeship is all about, teaching you. It's supposed to be anyways. How good is your health care in the operating engineers union? Ours pays $6 an hour for the funds, $400 deducted, $4K out of pocket. I think, you know what? I should brush up on that. But to give you layman's terms, I have a buddy that works for a demo company that's signatory to our union. Again, I'm in New England, so we have local 4s up here in Boston. And that takes care of 3 states. And anyways, his wife works as a healthcare provider. She's a nurse at a big hospital. I don't think it's in Mass General. I don't think it's the big hospitals, but it's still a hospital. She's a nurse. And she said that they're on our insurance because our insurance is better. I can't speak on numbers. I'm not sure what my deductibles are. I should know all this, but my wife takes care of all that stuff and she knows the numbers. But when we go to like the Minute Clinic or something for like an ear infection, it costs us nothing. I think an emergency visit's $50. And again, I don't want to talk out of terms with the numbers, but if I have to hear one of my buddies that his wife's a nurse and they're on our health care because our health care is better than a nurse, that speaks volumes. So again, I can't talk on numbers, but if just saying that alone is like, well, you got to have good insurance. Like I said, I'm not sure exactly what we pay out of pocket. Like our deduction from my paycheck to go to health and welfare. I'd have to look that up. Good question. How good is your retirement? Well, that was a big reason why I made the jump 10 years ago to come here. The union, besides owning my own business. Because we all plan to retire. We hope to live to retirement age and collect, let alone Social Security. I got 20 more years before I retire, but it goes by quick, man. So social, and then I knew about the privatized 401k plan, which we all get. And then the biggest thing that made me, besides the health insurance, dental and vision, was the pension. Because most unions still have pensions, and there's not a lot of places that give out pensions. So that was the big thing. So I can tell you, I don't know if it's public knowledge or not, but our pay scale's public, so you can kind of figure it out there. Every 6 months we get a raise. It's like a cost of living raise. But our pension it doesn't fluctuate. It can go up depending on the time. The last time it went up was 1996. It's been a while. But for every good year you put in as a pension credit, which I did speak on a video about, it's 1,000 hours that you need to obtain every year in order to get a pension credit and your insurance for that following year. But we're right now, for every good year you put in, it's $170 a month. So if you do layman's terms, get your calculator out. I'm doing 30 years, and if it stays at 170, that's how much my check's going to be, as long as I have good 30 years. Knock on wood, So that's where it is. $1.70 every month for every good year you put in. And then Social Security is all based on what you make. And then my 401k is my privatized, annuity, which it gets fluctuated through the stock market. And I defer some of my money because our deferment is only $3.25 an hour that goes into the 401k, which messes around with the stock market. And other trades around the local area, we are the lowest. We get more money in the envelope, and I wish it was different. I really wish it was like $10 an hour went into the 401k, but it's not. Everyone wants the money in the envelope so they can go buy the brand new truck, and I'm guilty of that. We're all guilty of buying stuff we don't need. Motorcycles, guns, trucks, whatever, snowmobiles, boats. We all do it when we get to a certain point in our life, especially if you ain't got kids. My local pension is going away. No kidding, huh? We still have the 401k, so our money that is going towards it is the pension's going to be towards our 401k. A bunch of old timers are pissed. Yeah, I can only imagine. I'm not sure what part of the country you're in, or if I'm assuming you're in the United States. But I can only imagine the guys that have put 25 years in to say their pension's going to get lost. That's a lot of credits, a lot of time that they put in. That'd be bullshit too. Can't blame them. I cannot blame them at all. Yeah, granted, okay, big deal. It's going to get lumped into the 401k, but that 401k is not protected like a pension is. A pension is protected. It's personal. It's what you put in. The stock market, like runs your 401k. So either you're aggressive, moderate, or conservative when you do trading, if you do day trading, or if you mess with your own stocks. I don't do that. I don't have time to do that. I can't do the day trading stuff and mess with my own stocks. Can't do it. I pay the union as a whole. We have Fidelity at the moment. We had Empower for a while, but now we have Fidelity. But yeah, I'd be pretty mad too if that was happening. You know what I do, guys? I've already seen this enough. I'll you guys around here. Gotta put my sunglasses on though. Let me put you guys up on the sun visor. Get you out of the sun. Glasses heating it. It's not a loss. They have the option to get the annuity that freezes. Okay, their payout, and the younger guys are getting screwed. But we have the time in the stock market to make up for the pension. Yeah, I guess you can look at it that way. As long as the stock market does well, we're good. But again, that fluctuates with the economy. So that's the only downfall to pension. I'm in a 401k. My father was, well, I know a lot of guys, not just my dad, but like when 9/11 happened, a lot of guys lost a lot of money with that tragic part of history of the United States, 9/11. Well, at least they had the option to freeze it. That's a good thing, I guess. Are you working right now, Chad? Are you still here? If you're still here, that's fine. If not, I was going to ask if you're working right now or you laid off. I'm assuming as an apprentice, you're probably still working. You don't have to answer that if you don't want to. It's still windy, man. Fucking windy. Windy and cold. I'm over friggin' winter. The pension credit is going to get eaten away from inflation. Yeah, it may. Yeah, by the time we retire, I know. That's the sad truth, I think. You might be right. We're all struggling now. Sucks. Yeah, I know. Everyone on the live stream, bad habit. I smoke cigars. I don't do it at home. I don't do it around the family. I don't do it on the weekends. It's like my kemosabe when I'm in the machine. Yeah, but some of those videos I already put out there, you might like those. Some knowledge, spitting some knowledge out there. Hopefully most of it's helpful to some people out there. That's my my main objective. Help out. I mean, Jesus Christ, because without the young kids coming up behind, we ain't gonna have no industry. I don't like to swear, but currently working on tractor trade to keep the guys, even if it doesn't have work. That's cool. Talking about like stop organizing materials, didn't work, and slow. We have to always try and get to work. Yeah, that's good though. Stay with that contractor if they're going to keep you busy, even if it's slow. That's not bad. You get your hours. I'm assuming that you have the same situation like I do. You got to get your hours to get your insurance. So you got to do what you got to do to survive, especially in 2025. Well, we're almost at the end of it, 2026. Regardless of who's in office. I don't want to talk about politics, but regardless of who's in office, you got to stay working. You got to feed yourself, let alone if you got kids or a family, whatever. You got to keep going, keep trucking. I get it. I always tell young kids that get into the union, especially the apprentice, and they come out and how to conduct themselves. I say, don't be Gumby. You got to bend a little bit, but don't bend like Gumby. I've said that before. Like, who the hell's Gumby? Exactly. Contractor's currently slow. He's waiting on projects to come online. We have a lot of work coming up with this contractor. My local union is getting a lot of work coming in. Yeah, that's good, man. That's good. It's good. It's good you got in when you got in. Are you on your first, second, third year, fourth year? What year are you in, bud? Or do you guys do 3 years? I don't know what you guys do, but heck, any time is a good time to get in. You know, you got to start somewhere and you got to get going. So it's good. Data centers, yeah, AI, man, it's on, it's coming. See, it's a good thing. That's why I'm trying to get this out there, blue collar. That AI stuff is taking over. Some of the videos you see on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube are all AI generated, man. A couple of my thumbnails, I go to my editing software and I edit my thumbnail, and you can click on AI and it makes you into a cartoon. I think it's kind of cool, but yeah, it's coming, man. It's coming for a lot of people's jobs. You know, even the monetized YouTube people that watch these live streams and videos and demonetize and monetize, that's all going to be taken over. Yeah, another phone call comes through. I don't know how to stop phone calls coming through while I'm live streaming. Another phone call came through. I don't know why. I don't know how to stop phone calls from coming through. Second year, good for you. I started third year in February. Good. 5-year program. Yeah, good, man. Stick with it. You're almost done, dude. Good for you, man. Like I said, when I had my crossroads, and I already had skills coming to the union, so no, it wasn't too hard for me, but it was hard learning in the very beginning years of how the union works. So that was different for me. But I have since learned from that day a long time ago how it works. Thank God I did. That's all I gotta say. But I guarantee going to the apprentice program, they teach you all that stuff too. I kind of wish I did, but I couldn't have done the apprentice program. Well, I mean, I guess I could have, but I didn't want to. At 30 years old, to do the apprenticeship would have been taking a pay cut from where I was coming from. Even though in long term I would have got there in 4 years. So maybe I should have, but oh, back in the day, I come in the back door, I guess that's what they used to say. And I was told not to tell anybody that, which I get it. Some people frown upon that. Some, not all. Some contractors want people with experience right off the rip. That's not always the case. I've seen it firsthand. I mean, I've seen it firsthand a lot, even in the union. And I try to help everybody out I can. You can ask anybody that knows me personally, but I know you don't know me, so just talking out of my talking for nothing. That's all right, though. I ramble a lot sometimes. Yes, we do. To answer your question, yes, we have an apprenticeship program. Every November, every year, we have open enrollment. You can apply. They take a certain amount of people that apply. You can get up to, I don't know the numbers, but hypothetically say 100 people apply, you might get 20 out of them. And then they wean them out. They see who really wants it. You got to go to school. It's just like going to college or going to high school. Because most of the young kids aren't going to college. They're going right out of high school to go do this. But then you do have some guys that come out of the Army, the service, military branch, all of them, and they try to get into the program as well. Some of those guys have a leg up because they were military. I know that. I think we do a lot. I know we do a lot of hard hats to helmet. So our union is pro-military, which I am all about. Never was a service member, but I had family members that served, so I support that wholeheartedly. But yes, our apprentice program lasts 4 years. You get accepted. You got 4 years to complete all the material. You get your licenses, state, federal licenses, and they train you on a variety of equipment, which is good. We have 2 facilities in our local area, and then we have a massive one down in Texas. Again, I have no experience on the apprentice program, but this is just the knowledge I have from what I've asked about it and what I know through people. So, yeah, I think it's the way to go, especially if you're out of high school and if you're coming out of the military. But also, I know some guys that are having, like, you know, lost their job doing whatever they're doing and they want to try something different. And I got guys my age that have no experience getting into this field. And some of them make it and some of them don't. It's very dangerous. You know, being an electrician can be dangerous too, but when you have a crane and you're hoisting things over people's heads, you better know what the hell you're doing behind the seat. You know, I'm only able to do these live streams at this particular junction of where I am. on this phase, it's because I'm screening loom. I'm literally by myself in this cab, just by myself, monitoring the conveyor belt. So some people might be like, "Oh, dude, you're not safe. What are you doing? You're not paying attention." Not always looking at the camera either, but I'm by myself. I'm just monitoring my own thing. So luckily, I don't have a lot of trolls that come through these streams. Thank God. I don't think people want to. I don't think trolls want to see real life stuff. I think they like messing with the people that are like making brain rot, as my kids like to say on YouTube. So I'm kind of lucky in that way. Very real. And if you go check out my main channel, you'll know what I'm talking about. How common is it the guys in the trades who experience divorce, DUIs, domestic violence? Have you seen guys get this? Yeah. Well, there you go. So, not to be negative, I'm trying to spin it on a positive light. Trying to push out the good in this channel. But yeah, that is prevalent. A lot of guys don't have that work-life balance. Yeah, I can speak on that in a different video. I'm not going to get too much into it on the live, but yes, everything you said in that comment is true. It happens. It's prevalent. It's constantly a battle, you know, which is sad. But yes, yeah. They got programs to help people out too. That's got substance abuse, alcohol. They have programs like that, I believe, if I stand corrected. But yeah. Not to get into super detail, but yes. I'll have to do my homework on that to make a 15, 20-minute video. Talk about the gloom and doom. I don't want I don't want to put that out there quite yet. But maybe a future video. Listen, there's every aspect of work. Any work you do, there's going to be, you know, not the greatest stuff to deal with. That's just anywhere in life. I don't care if you're a white-collar guy working in an office building. You're going to get it. My trade, I've heard, you're not a real electrician unless you have one of the three. One of the 3 Ds. Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, there you go. I don't blame you, dude. So just be careful of, well, yeah, no, you can't hit any 3 of those besides that. Yeah, so I've never gotten a DUI. I don't drink. Married twice, divorced once. I got my real wife now, so I got one of those. Never had domestic violence, so I only got 1. I wouldn't cut it in your trade, boy. First wife, I was very young. I was a young kid. She was 16 at the time we met, and I was 18 or 17. We were a few months apart, so yeah, that's a weird thing to say, but different when you're kids, you know what I mean? The age bracket. She was 17, something like that. I have no idea, but no, if it wasn't for my ex, I never would have met my real wife. I said I had to practice one, and then I got a real one. That's my joke I use. I've told my wife that too. She thinks it's funny. But yeah, I've been married now for 10 years now. It was a long time ago. I was a kid when that happened. Well, I say kid, but my late 20s. Kind of like that though. You gotta have one of the 3 Ds, man. You electricians are a different breed. I got a bunch of buddies that are master electricians. They got their licenses and stuff like that. And I've had my house rewired from 100 amp to 200 amp. I was going to be an electrician back in the day when I was a kid. I still mess with wires and stuff. I have it on my main channel. You can see I do stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm not afraid of wiring. You got any legendary stories about guys in your local? We got guys that fought against a real life bear in a bar. Don't believe everything you hear, especially on YouTube. No, to be honest with you, I got a few friends I talked to All right, I think I'm back. Yeah, and the phone calls. I might have to end the stream soon, bud. I'll catch you on the next stream. But to answer your question, I stay away from people. I don't want to hear stories. I'm too old for those now. But maybe when I was younger, I'd have to riddle my brain to see what kind of crazy stories I had. But yeah, what have I going now? 60 minutes? Yeah, about an hour. I'm gonna cut the stream, my man. Nice meeting you, bro. Yeah, you ain't kidding. I've had 3 people call me on the live stream. So, cut it loose. Nice chatting with you guys. I'll be posting another video next.